This episode of the Slander podcast is brought to you by the fact that it's obvious that battle lines have been drawn and the war on mediocrity is going on right in front of your face. And if I have to go door to door to cock slap people into awareness, I will. Not really. I need a bigger dick. That was an honest confession.
That's a good one. Everyone loves a dick joke.
Everyone loves a dick joke. You can't go wrong with a dick
Right.
joke. Exactly.
It
completely diffuses my seriousness. You can't even take
too.
me seriously.
Oh, genitalia is funny. Okay, back to your introduction.
So it's Thursday night, April 3rd, I think. I don't know. Maybe I should start doing dates for this shit. Who the fuck cares?
It's just time and space. It's not like it's really relative.
You want to know why I don't fill my podcast with topical information?
It's all off the fly. Who would have believed it?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd be able to do it any other way. That's no distant it, like how anybody else does anything, because I just don't have the attention span.
It used to piss me off that you were so nonchalant. Because I'm so, anal about everything.
Things need to be structured and on time.
Bang the desk, fucking A.
I'm like, yeah, fuck it, shit'll get done.
Yeah, he's like, throw on a jean jacket and shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Show up and find out what the fuck happens.
Jesus Christ. Drink your Red Bull.
Yeah. Tonight we're brought to you by Red Bull Coffee.
Coffee and more coffee.
Cigarettes and all the other unhealthy American traits that we want to embody and show to the world.
But we do anyway.
So all arguments can be character assassinated because of our fucking habit choices because they're demonizing yada 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 yada. You're all fucking retarded.
Not to sound too Charles Manson-y, but I'm just a product of your shit, man. Sorry. It's not my fault. To a certain extent, I take some accountability. I will not fail. I will not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be politically correct here. I will not weasel my way out of that one. Put it that way. I have accountability for myself, and I know it. I'm Brad fucking Baker, and I better man up now before the shitstorm comes a-blowing.
Yeah, listen, man. You do the best with what you have.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
you know what I mean? Yeah, you are definitely a product of the system, though.
Yeah, we all are, and we can see it in each other every fucking day, everywhere we go, the mall or whatever.
And you can evolve it at your own
stores,
individual fucking weirdness, pleasure,
bars.
right?
Yeah, content.
Yay.
Place your content wisely. Not
strike surgically.
Not contrite, but also surgically. Exactly. There's a better word. Again, we say these fucking things over and over. They're loaded terms or a bitch because once you get into the English language.
Yeah.
Some of these things do become difficult to talk about almost.
Well, no, not really. I mean, it depends. Like, me and you were always so goddamn defensive because every time you try to have a conversation in public, somebody takes it the right way 4 fucking words in, and you're like, shit, man, I haven't even made one point yet, and I've already lost you. Just because you fucking taken one thing out of context. People are on a hair trigger ready to jump down your throat as to why you're wrong. But when it comes to society, for some reason, they could give two shits. It's the most retarded thing I've ever seen. It's like, why the fuck do you care what my opinion is? But, like, the guy that supposedly governs the free world, the president and shit, like, we're allowed to just drop missiles on people and shit.
It's like watching mom and dad let the shit...
From remote control, and nobody gives a fuck.
Right, yeah, it's like watching mom and dad lose the ball while they yell at you over a peanut butter and jelly sandwich you dropped on the floor. You're like, wait a minute, something's really fucky here.
I think our priorities got a little
fucked. Pay the property tax in 10 years,
I think our fucking priorities got a little fucked.
Yeah, why are you guys yelling at me for a peanut butter and fucking jelly sandwich? Kids go through that shit all the time. Parents take it out, they try to diffuse it in energy like this shit, it's good, positive energy. We talked about that.
Listen, man, it stresses your day, you're going to take it out on anybody that's a fucking bystander.
Yep.
If you're not careful.
Plus negatives.
If you're self-absorbed.
Right.
I mean, it cracks out and you lash out.
I am.
No. Listen.
Not in a bad
listen,
way,
everybody will lash out eventually because you have a threshold and you can't. Nobody's unbreakable. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can fucking snap.
Right.
Everybody's 3 moves away from being that dude in Michael Douglas in that one movie where he gets a ball bat and he's all suit and tie and just starts fucking people up. You ever see that movie? Like, everybody's always a couple moves from snapping out of like this society role or whatever their society role is like that. And they're not even aware of it. And like the people that really aren't aware of it are the ones you really got to watch out for because they're not even aware that they're taking steps to becoming it. You know what I mean? So like all of a sudden you got a psychopath on your hands because you got somebody that wasn't self-aware whatsoever.
That's really interesting because as I feel myself coming more out of my angry phase, my rage years, and into my, I don't know, more saying it with a different face or whatever years,
You're going to bang the tambourine and praise Jehovah.
But it's because...
Get baptized in a 3-foot pool.
I went down so dark And then I realized what really brought me to where I can now like keep peace with some people that when it's difficult is remembering that the fact is the world does not revolve around me, even though I'd like to think it does. I can make a lot of cool shit, but everyone perhaps could be a hair trigger away, just like I feel, and I have to remember that. We all should remember that the person you're talking to might be one.
Yeah, any sort of but that goes.
I'm not trying to put fear in
that. No, that goes.
mind
That
either.
goes right down to any sense of you're a standalone being. You're not. You're part of something.
No, you're a part of a.
You're always a part
audience.
of something.
Yeah.
You're just plugged
picture,
into this.
movie,
You're
whatever.
a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. Nothing marginalizes you.
Energy.
You serve your purpose, and
Certainly.
it might not be your place to know what the fuck your purpose is, except to just push forward and be happy and have some fun. Maybe get laid along the way.
Excuse
do
me.
a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that. Put on some good fucking music. Create
Maybe
something
smile.
to put into the world that makes other people enjoy it too and spreads happiness. I don't know.
F-U-N-E.
Talk about interesting ideas. There's a million things that can give you purpose in fulfillment in life. And anything materialistic or based on society's structures that are currently operating will fall short, fail you, and you will feel hollow and sad and alone and realize you wasted your fucking time.
And that's no good. That's really, nobody wants that. I mean, really.
Oh, apparently everybody does.
Well, yeah, look at the old folks' homes. They're filled with
Apparently,
joyful people.
70% of this population does.
Our
I have no
old
idea what
folks'
the number
homes
is,
are full of
but
real happy folk.
yeah, I have no idea how many
They're
alternative
just like,
weirdos
oh my
there are in this
God,
country.
I'm so just full of joy at my end of days as I'm just, you know.
It'd be impossible to ever get a
20-year-old like my ass or
true
something.
account of
Fuck
like how
that,
many of
man.
us are, how many
fun
weirdos
times.
there are in the country, because none of us are going to
Yeah.
answer a poll.
And we've been out and
Fuck
about
no.
and be like, holy shit.
I'm not going to identify myself. Why the
Right.
fuck would I identify
Yeah.
myself?
Even locally, I've
Even
seen enough.
as being
they're
you say
like,
with a podcast, just being like, hey, look at us be weird.
Yeah,
But
right.
different.
Look, you've said it before in our defense or whatever, but this is what it is. I'm speaking just from the heart, and you are as well, and it's what it is. And you've shown me not to have fear in throwing it out there. Like, fuck it, Ricky. This is what I got to tell the world, you know. And I like it. It's a nice. It does bring me peace. It's like meditation, you know. Fuck. Because you, like you said earlier, you have to remember balance. It's not all hippy dippy peace and love, and it's not all death metal, death and hate. It's somewhere in between. There's a sweet spot. It's a really sweet spot.
If you don't have at least one conversation a day that has some sort of depth or substance to it, and isn't like contrived social topics or, you know, I'm talking about life, and you don't talk to anyone ever.
Right.
You have suppressed a need you have for a very long time, and it's gonna manifest very ugly, self-destructive. You're gonna fuck your life up ways. And it could be a million different things.
Find something like a
You know,
guitar or
you can be
microphone
driven
or
to do stuff for money. You can be in a
paintbrush
bad
or a
relationship. You can
anything.
fucking take the wrong job just to whore yourself out. You can pick the wrong crowd of people to hang out with because you're trying to maintain an image.
Oh yeah, you can get
just
off track
you get
easily.
caught in a mind
Yes.
fuck. It's
There's
all it
webs.
is.
There is webs around
Yes,
us. They call it
yes.
attachment, and it's true. I mean, we become attached.
There's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with becoming attached. It's just what you're interfacing with and in the context in which you place
have to
it.
attach yourself to the things that are truly joyful to you for the right reasons. I think some people maybe, and I don't want to talk about any pointing fingers here.
Yeah.
Just I see in society standards.
So
and
I would
civilization,
emphasize
a lot of
more
majorities
of a
attach
principle
themselves
instead of being
to-
so definitive like that.
Right.
Just take everything a little more lightly, a
Right.
little less seriously. Don't
Right.
attach to things so quickly. Just have that moment of hesitation to reevaluate and give it time to like spin it.
Let it
To like
simmer.
see what it really is, and sometimes you don't know what something's gonna be until you're 3 weeks into interacting with it or whatever the fuck it could be. I'm talking so abstract right now, but I think you can follow this logic. I hope.
What's the crystal
I hope
ball?
if you can't.
It's that crystal ball
Damn.
thing we talked about earlier. It's just that some of us think we have it. I even think I have it at times. Like I think I have a crystal ball because of my imagination. When in all reality, I'm tricking myself into a future that I might have some reason to believe it might come true, but it's so far out there, a couple of years ahead, that it's not worth worrying about. Is what you're saying? Like you got to know what to worry about and what not to worry about.
You need to actively navigate the current moment at all times.
Yes, stay in the now.
And know when you can put your guard down to the current moment, because you do need a break. I'm not going to lie. You have to counterbalance just like about everything else. And, you know, if you got somewhere you can go sit, listen to some music, and you smoke your cigarette and drink your cup of coffee, just have your moment of peace. You know, do that every once in a while. Get that in. But you really do have to constantly navigate the current moment with like kind of an ideal daydream that you're working towards, but none of the story is set in stone, because you can't conceive what it will take to get there. You just can't, because to predict what's going to happen and the odds of the infinite possibilities of what the fuck could happen to you along the way is insanity.
Right, even
it's such hubris.
Scratching their heads.
It's such hubris. It's ego. It's ego. It's hubris, though. It's a hubris and ego.
But it's okay to have a healthy
ego. It's a bad cocktail, though.
It's a hard thing to use a word like ego. You start slinging ego around and you sound like you're slinging dick. It's like, I'm not slinging dick because I say ego. I'm slinging healthy confidence. Let's use peaceful terminology so no one thinks we're assholes.
No, you have to learn to keep your ego in check.
Confidence,
and that starts with finding out what the definition of ego is, people.
Yes.
You need to really. People think they know what it is. It's just like when you hear, it depresses me in certain classes and stuff. I would hear people use words, and it was in one of the business classes. Somebody couldn't get past the word romantic. They could only thought it was like it meant
sexual way.
It only meant like romance. Yeah, but like they didn't know what it meant to romanticize something.
Oh, in that way to have.
Things can have multiple definitions and contexts.
I could romanticize about a trip to Vegas.
Yes, it can be this thing in your head, and yes, that's what it means to romanticize.
Woman thing or anything
relationship. You think a guy that's cocky and has signed a baseball contract has a big ego. No, it goes beyond that. You have ego. Everyone has an ego. It doesn't matter. What it is keeping it in check and knowing that it's just you fucking yourself up.
Yep.
It's your own rationalization, scared little perception going, don't do new things and commit to change. When in actuality you exist in a universe that is completely in flux at all times and constantly changing, evolving. Nothing is stationary. Nothing is constant.
Right.
It's ever changing.
The old joke with the old sociology teacher. This desk isn't real.
So why the fuck do you mean that's why you fucking wrestle routines to the ground and dry hump them and love them for years and years and years, like a fucking nasty sex doll you've been holding on to.
You see a lot. You see poor kids dragged through marriages and divorces. You see it out in the news and stuff. You know, it's like it's because people are they're trying to spark, and I'm not suggesting anything for anyone else. And I always like to preface things because this, this isn't an advice channel. This is just pure entertainment. That's all it is, folks. We're just here because
I want you to base all your life decisions on what comes from the Slander podcast, so I can be legally responsible for your hypnosis and be called a cult leader.
Thank you for doing my fucking perfect prefix.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Take that seriously if you can detect the fucking sarcasm.
Yeah, it's all just a big thing joke. It's all fun. If you notice from the pictures that are probably on the screen right now, it's a big tongue-in-cheek thing. If you're watching, it's like, it's a sheep, maybe. I don't know. It's something. It's spacecraft.
Look at all the sheeple.
Look at all the sheeple roaming round the fields. Looking for the steeple where they can pray to people.
See, you have to walk this fine line nowadays between like complete jaded cynicism and like having a good sense of humor.
Yeah, you got it.
But it's got to be dark. Like to truly have a sense of humor, you got to be able to laugh at everything in life, and I mean everything.
And maybe that's just because both of us have a very like we've been using the word heightened awareness. We don't sound as douchey, saying it. Maybe it's because we have a heightened awareness factor that
it's key to calming your emotions.
And we're trying to keep that in check.
It's key to calming your emotions in certain situations or on certain topics.
Recognizing it, I'm saying.
So, no, whenever you make decisions and your emotional state is heightened, you make worse decisions. It's just proven. Like, if you're hot, you should probably chill the fuck out, give it a minute, and then think about it and act on it. Now, apply that to every hot topic or taboo issue, like rape, abortion, whatever the fuck you want to go into, assisted suicide shit, whatever the fuck you want to think about. And now, you need a good sense of humor about that because it makes you not just emotionally react to it right away. That way, when you navigate those waters and you have honest, logical discussions about it, you're able to continue and step forward and do what's needed.
Because if you become too attached to that news story, what'll happen is what happens to me. can't send your kid to the park because you're afraid he'll get hit by a car or raped by a guy or some bad thing will happen because you watch too much SVU. That's what happened.
No, people just want to blindly attach themselves to things that define them.
Exactly.
Without ever taking accountability that they need to define themselves.
Yeah.
Or like, you mean discover what the definition is of themselves. I mean, I don't think that I necessarily have complete control over who I am. I have a really big amount of control over it, and like I can manipulate things about who I am in my environment. But I think there's like this unshakable thing that you have because of how you were raised and where you came from. That's just like there's this part of a foundation that just you can't fuck with. It's like strong as oak or like concrete foundation kind of thing that you can't, and you got to build on it. And if you got a shit roll, a lot of people get stuck in that self-absorbed, oh, woe is me, my life is hard shit. And again, I'm not trying to be some Republican dude saying pulling you up by your bootstraps. I'm here to go, bro, totally feel for you, dude. Because, like, that's a bad roll of the dice. Like, I'm just hoping that you have this, like, the wherewithal to do what you have to do. I don't know you personally. I can't help you. Again, like, what happens is you get distracted by a side argument because what I was saying in the segments, people would automatically already assassinate me, get me off topic to go that route and be like, well, why don't you help? And no, that's not the fucking point.
Well, for instance,
you know what I mean?
Getting you off topic, if I could plug a band, because you know how we like to do that. No, don't, Brad. I don't want you to talk about music ever on this, ever.
How dare you?
No,
I hate music.
It's like
you know
12
that.
Ninja video, man. I think that's what they're trying to say in a lot of their videos.
Oh, the internet troll video.
Well, I think the 12 Ninja, that one, yes, that it definitely focused on what you're talking about or what you just were talking about. But I think overall, those gentlemen have done a great job. They're from Australia, from what I understand. Their music's great, but the message is what really has got me locked in them is a great new band because they're just like, it's like, it is that get up your bootstraps, but without like that Republican asshole attitude.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's a positive. It's more of like a head nod to go, damn. We get it.
That's what their music says to me.
It's empathetic. It's not, you know.
It's like we get it, but you gotta get over it.
No, we just all need to come together to start making logical decisions so we can change this shit so it doesn't keep repeating itself in the same fucking pattern over and over and over.
Hey, if you consider me even remotely intelligent, you know anything's possible.
Anything's possible, including my assassination. I shouldn't even joke about that shit. Walk out of fucking Starbucks one day, just catch you in the chest.
Oh, I'm glad I had a can full of Red Bull and mouth full of, whatever. Thanks. Whatever that was in my mouth there, I needed that. Shut me up. Oh, thank you, Red Bull, again.
Yeah. I'm glad that Red Bull was really going to shut you up. Yeah, because people are wired as fuck after.
I'm like, dude. I mean, really, I'm trying my best. No, it's fine. It's an inside joke. It's our inside joke that I am trying to let him have his show without stepping all over.
No, we don't need to go there.
No, we don't, because I love myself. God damn it. I think I'm special.
Oh yeah, I'm completely infatuated with myself. I wake up every day and I look in the mirror and I go winner. I just look in the mirror and I'm like winner.
I'm a real catch.
I just walk around and I high five people and I go winning.
Yeah. Yeah, people. I don't even bother with the door. It just knocks. The dog's going crazy. I'm like, fuck it. You know what? Just let them walk in. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding around, but I know what you're going at, bro. But again, it goes back to the positive. I want to go with the positive, not the negative. It means going so dark you feel like you're gonna explode, but you don't because you breathe, and then you just take that and you twist it the other way, and you go.
Again, yeah, like I think that's we were talking about that before the podcast. I think that's the weird. I think that's the biggest misconception is people commit to extreme absolutes, like it's all love or it's all this, and it's like no, there's a real fucking world that's gonna bitch slap you in the face if you're not ready for it.
Well, shit, if you can.
You know what I mean? And I'm not being mean. Yeah. No, you need a healthy degree of a loving environment and the right people around you and all that good stuff.
Yep.
But the cynicism and the dark side and the fucked up shit that can happen to you still there too, and the fear and the fucking hatred and the all of it. Again, it's everything at once, always. You know what I mean? So
but isn't that when acceptance kicks in?
Yes.
Again, I know it sounds cliche.
It's like one of the things when you're going through death, grieving. You know what I mean? You have to accept
shit. It's a word you have to learn to accept. Haha, pun.
You have to accept certain things, and then you'll realize because to accept certain shit means that you have to give power to it. And that sucks. It sucks. As a person, it goes against who you are and your instincts. Which means, though, that you're way less likely to put up with other bullshit that'll come your way. You will not accept this, like, ridiculous thing that has no rational thought to it that's going to fuck your life up. You're like, no. No, why? Because I can say no to this one.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Because I don't have to. Like, no, that's you just being a dick.
Right. Somebody's like dangling something to bait in front of you. Like, I'm not gonna take it.
This is not the law of gravity. This is just your fucked up pitch.
Yeah, you can
sales pitch. Get out of here.
Just like at a store, be like, get away from me. I don't want to buy your shirt.
No,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm not coming to your church. Get the fuck away from me.
It's nothing personal.
God, you guys are weird.
I'm not buying those shoes, man.
Not weird. You know? Like, well, you could.
But I like to use that reference because it keeps everybody a little bit safer. It's like a store. It's like, buzz off, you know.
Yeah.
Stop selling me shit. You know, I'm
man,
good.
Give it a rest.
I mean, and that's the same thing. That's the thing we say it all the time. Like, we're not doing this for ego or shoving something up your ass with slander. I don't think. I think it's just like a natural birth process. To be honest,
it's a natural reaction to the bullshit.
It's
bro.
a big splat out from.
I really need to work on bro and dude.
The ethos,
say shit way too much,
bro. Come on, bro.
Bohemian.
Well, it kind of lightens the mood. It's just like if I'm like I don't know what to say. It's like bro. Hey, what's up, bro? Bro. It just lightens the ice, cracks it a bit. Better than smoke crack.
Yeah, I've been saying that shit for years though. I just can't help it.
Crack corn? No, I don't care.
Dead air is always great.
Oh, it is, especially when Slipknot kicks in. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Jordison, Brad, if you're listening. You're fucking badass.
Joey Jordison's listening to podcast. Jesus Christ.
Well, he used to call myself at one point. The man got too famous and it's awesome.
What?
I'm just happy as fuck. Yeah, he pretty much is like, yeah, that kid was cool back in the day. Yeah, he is a rock star, legend. I love him. He's fucking kick-ass drummer and all that good stuff. Slipknot's badass.
Yeah.
We all know that. Oh, fucking A, man. What a week, though. What is it? You said it was Thursday. That's interesting. We had a weird Wednesday. We had a fucking thunderous Thursday, I guess.
Everything's fucking weird
it's
anyway.
Fucking strange, freaky Friday is coming.
Yeah. No, the like, I think the universal application of the word weird, how you can just apply that to everything. Just kind of like the word fuck. You can use fuck with everything. You know what I mean?
It's very nice. Yeah. It's like, it's fucking
weird.
Man.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's because fucking computers.
Now we're talking about language.
Jesus Christ, man. This fucking wheelchair is so fucking noisy. I drive around the house, it's like fucking fucking shoot me now, fucking A. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? It's a name. It's a good dropper. I grew up that way though. That's how we talk. That's how my family talked. I mean, it's not my fault, man. This is.
Yeah.
Fuckity fuck. It is what it is.
Yep. Nah, listen, just everything. I don't know. When you talk like me and don't get it wrong. When you talk like me and Brad do here, and you think like we do.
You said my name. It must be getting serious.
Yeah, you're gonna catch shit.
Yeah.
You're just gonna. You're gonna catch shit. I catch subversive, fucked up shit all the time. I just don't care anymore. Like weird shit lands in my lap daily. Like Brad has bared witness to like him being like, really, and I'm like, yeah, I know, right? What the fuck?
And vice versa.
So it's fine, people. Just that's what. Ain't nothing free, no free ride. Like to like really try to get your shit together. Yeah, it's gonna require some fucking work and elbow grease and a little bit of effort, you know. And I'm not getting all preachy on you, but you know, definitely,
gut,
you can't.
No
I can't. You can't just sell
gut.
people a certain way of conducting themselves without making them aware that there might be certain fucking implications because of it. You know what I mean?
No, it's the truth, bro. It really is, man.
That wouldn't be fair.
And you're not
just
making
say that does not
for
exist.
People to understand. If they need to rewind it a couple of times, like I do sometimes, I admit it. I watch some Joe Rogans, and there's some guys like, he'll have some real good physicists on or some scientists, and I'll find myself rewinding
quantum
it.
physics one blew my
mind. I'll have to rewind it 3 or 4 times. Like, wait, what the fuck did that dude just say about the space I lived in? You know, but I want to get it, like, because I won't just let it go. I can't. It's in my mind now. It's like, wait, how many millions of light years is the light from that star coming? I need to know. Rewind. Wait, I still didn't get the number right. I need to know. You know, it's like, okay, now I know. Whew, that star is dead. Whatever, you know, I'm seeing the light of a dead star.
What all this shit has done for me is made me realize it's not that I hated learning. It's that I hated how they were trying to make me learn. Like, I hated school. But I love cool, interesting videos on the internet, or finding out different facts, or keeping up with certain information, because it's interesting when it's presented differently.
You said before you hate it when a commercial gets you.
Yes.
You know what I mean, right?
I hate when fucking mainstream advertisement gets me. It makes me laugh or something.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, so I'm
like, fuck, you're infiltrating.
One got me
Shit.
the other night.
Evolve again.
They got me good. This one was good, because usually it gives me a giggle. And I'm like, that's the worst. Like, Geico will get me, and I'll be like, you sons of bitches. But anyway, this one was like learntoteach.com or whatever. I don't even fucking want to endorse it, because it was a fucking commercial about endorsing, being teachers. They need better teachers. But I gotta say, watching this fucking commercial, whoever did the cinematography and the shooting and the over narrative and all that certainly did a great job at making you think that's what they're doing to your kids in class.
Yeah.
Now, I talk directly to my son who's in elementary, and I get an idea of what is really... It's not so bad, but it's also not what I saw in the commercial either. There wasn't a planetarium. There wasn't, it wasn't like that. It wasn't learn to teach. And it's like, kids have a planetarium to go to. I know.
Goes to public school in New York State.
Right, exactly.
Education is broke
back
as
again
fuck
to
in this state.
acceptance. I just have to accept that for now.
Yeah, like education is
until
broke as fuck in this state. It's just the way it is.
Right, I have to accept it. It is.
Well, no,
my mom, again,
you can learn plenty outside of school. Just get the accreditations to play the game of this society, and then you can get your education outside of the educational system. It's possible.
Don't get me started on the budget, man. Don't get you started on the budget, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
People really turn this off and go to sleep. No, I'm just kidding, man.
I know. No, just everything's a money fucking game. It's all a numbers game.
Oh, it's just starting.
And then you justify it through cost.
I go back to that whole tank video where I watch those tanks rolling on that train.
Things cost money. Oh, man, we shouldn't do that. Why? It costs a lot of money.
But our
that makes
kids'
sense.
education isn't important at
all.
all.
Yeah. No.
No, fuck that. We don't need a garden that grows. We just need to burn the house down.
Yeah, let's not cut funding to like
fuck it
the
up
fucking police state that we're creating.
Right. No, but that would be against all.
Let's cut funding to education and the arts.
Again, it's a small
fucking I don't know if I said this on the podcast. Corning Community College is getting rid of their liberal arts program.
I believe it. It's just things are falling apart, right? As I grow older.
So like,
as my
you're gonna see shit like philosophy and sociology and shit go the way of it. It's just becoming more and more of a career training center.
I'm trying to look for the silver lining.
It's a trade school. It's becoming a trade school.
People look at this maybe and see negative.
Fix cars and shit because we need you dumb.
I'm looking for the silver lining. You're always preaching silver lining. The people are hearing the negative. They're getting the wrong message. They're not hearing your message. If they're hearing a negative, they need to know that this is a positive message. Like, fuck.
Unavoidable change is coming.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna see. We're gonna see.
There's a lot of doom and gloom, though. I'm saying, but in light of that, like, there's a lot of silver lining.
Well, if the one study that came out, there was a study that came out not too long ago that predicted like within the next 20 some years, like fucking religion will be gone. Could you imagine? Like we're gonna be alive to see the end of religion. I don't give a fuck. That is a huge check mark in the moment of history for humanity. I know it's spiking, but it's gonna be a huge fucking check mark for us in humanity's history. The day the religion died, like that's gonna be forever in history books, and we will be alive for it.
And just to make sure we're safe here, like. It's so can be taken out of context. Like, oh, these guys want to burn down every church in the world. No.
If anything, I think we're going to see more religious extremists towards the end. It's going to be an ugly divorce.
Right. It's going to be an ugly divorce, and then I hope the sex after is awesome because we need it. As a humanity, we need some good after religion sex. Yeah, let's agree to disagree.
Psychedelics
and then just fucking
unique experiences
freak out.
For everyone.
Yeah, as a whole world united. God, now
we all get 3 weeks off and get to just party and shit.
Oh, wait, all the resources right here for everybody, plenty to go around. We're fighting over arbitrary bullshit. Yep. Wait, and arbitrary fundamental bullshit too, and material objects. Holy shit, you mean we can just kind of kick back now and enjoy the sun? Who said that was allowed?
Monopoly game.
I don't know. Trap. Mousetrap? Isn't that what it was?
Mousetrap,
yeah. It's Mousetrap with Monopoly.
Yeah, Mousetrap and Monopoly.
Combined.
Had a bastard child, and it was called the U.S. economy.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, welcome to the world. Here comes some white folk. Sorry, everybody. Equally, I hate everyone. I want that known.
Evil white guys run the world.
Everybody's
Let's be
evil.
real.
I'm not picking on any.
No, man, it's
culture
shapeshifting
or
fucking
women
reptiles.
or men.
I still believe in that.
Evil is bad. And
Still totally believe in the shapeshifting reptiles rule the world.
Yes, of course they do.
They got laser beams.
Let's
Fucking
not kid
crazy.
ourselves. That's why we're.
They got
home
sharks
my
with
head.
laser beams.
What do you think I do with these old Red Bull cans? I bust them open and make helmets out of them to protect myself from
From the
rays.
aliens, they're stealing our thoughts.
Yeah, dude. Of course, I have to stay. That's what I keep the studio isolated from the aliens. You know that. I'm completely lost it now. I'm totally just convinced they're watching. I mean, it's happening, Cody. I've lost the third eye.
Well, we're not really making it that hard. We're recording every word we're saying. We're doing all the legwork for them.
Yeah,
They just go on YouTube and be like, what are they up to?
There it is. Take a look. Open up. Here comes my dick. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
So no, what you're doing is
Alright.
it's like
shit.
like this podcast is like the distraction flare you launch off to like attract the attention of the missile that's about to hit your aircraft.
What are you doing over there?
Playing with the wire to the headphones.
Playing with wires. Just playing with wires. No
Small
worries.
hands today,
Got my
people.
wire.
Small hands. But it is that time of the podcast.
Oh,
Coffee
man.
break.
Boo. No,
Boo.
it's all good.
Boo. Boo. How
Boo,
dare you?
boo.
How dare you, sir?
Fuck off.
Challenge you to do a duel.
Don't do drugs, kids, and work hard.
He's
having
full
a
of
hard
shit. We'll be back. We're back.
What's up, folks?
'Cause we're bad men.
Of course.
Bad.
Well, we have penises. We are bad, bad men.
Oh god, we're fucking mature.
We are very mature. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. It's crazy.
Listen, I'm job hunting, so I hope no fucking employer that my future employer does not hear this fucking
as long as
podcast.
flow isn't related to that, you'll be alright.
The things I've advocated. Oh man,
Oh.
I better.
long as I don't
I
find
should
you behind
probably
a
lock up my
dumpster, we'll be
Facebook to not
okay.
public.
But
Yeah.
if I do and I'm like, oh god, Cody, it's not that bad, buddy. Come on, man.
Who knows? Though? Maybe somebody cool will hire me because they hear this
Yeah.
thing. You never know, people.
Oh,
Throw
I
fucking
try not to
throw fucking
eavesdrop
lines
today,
up
but I
there.
saw you. The websites you were on looked pretty professional. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way. I'm not going to say anything else. I
Yeah.
didn't eavesdrop.
I'm definitely job hunting with
I'm
a
not
professional
screen watcher
resume.
guy.
I got it.
Fuck that.
I got shit underneath
Yeah,
myself.
you did. You're doing your thing, bro.
I'm a no
I'm
fucking
watching.
real kid,
I am.
18, and I never had no job, people.
I got my eye on you, kiddo.
I've been professionally trained to sell cars and do different things.
And I know this shit because I went to college with
I was
you.
able to build a nice resume with it. So, you know, I once I learned in life, you know, oh, you can make a living talking. Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, fuck it.
Down.
Yeah, me too. Did the same thing.
And that it turned into I'd rather do it where I get to talk to cool people and do stuff, and then I really wanted to stand up because I was like, man, to make
Manifest.
people laugh and
Yep.
like be a part of that,
Yeah.
and like that's your life.
It's like the
Yeah, you
stages
can't
of
tell me there's not
happiness.
some like recidive like fucking charge from that you get
Oh,
from
yeah.
that. Like I don't even know if I used the right word, but
No, you're on it. man.
positive like fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It does something for you. It's got to offer some sort of catharsis.
And it has to keep evolving. I don't mean to say it
Yeah.
has to. 'cause
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
like the
it's
has
key.
tos either. No one wants to hear
No, it's
has
just the
to,
nature of the beast.
Right. And
Yes.
it is. And it's part of that other
You
word
can't.
we
It's
use,
this day and age.
acceptance.
I couldn't
It's
go on the
accept
road and do the
nature
same
of
act for
beast.
10 years.
Right.
It doesn't work
It
that
would
way
just,
anymore.
It doesn't work. And you can look back through the files and see what works and what doesn't. And you've got to change up the material, obviously, because we live in a very I'm not even going to use the word ADHD because that's kind of insulting, I think.
Yeah.
I think we live in a world that's working at a higher capacity. And I think, unfortunately, that's why our children do end up getting labeled wrongly, or I'm fartly. I'm sorry, folks. No, I'm very sorry, but I think our children are wrongfully
Wrongfully, woefully.
labeled. Yeah, and you know, we talk about the indoctrination and of the education system.
Well,
and
yeah,
know
I
that
mean,
starts to get
obviously,
radical,
college
and then people
education
are
is just
ouch.
evolving into job training, and
Right. And
it's where
that's-
it's going.
I know, right? But people hear that.
It's
and
not
then-
opinion; it's fact when it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
You can really kind of prove it. I mean, even the teachers will say, shit's falling underneath us apart. We know enough teachers to say they're really saying it. It's not a joke. Teachers themselves are like, yo, the shit winds are coming or whatever, you know, the shit storms are blowing. Because all the money goes on to moms.
No, there was. I had a
Tanks.
moment with. We were talking about current moral
Gotta fund
issues.
another
We were,
war,
yeah,
Cody.
we were talking about current moral issues earlier, though. And I remember having that class. That was my first semester at college, and I had a moment with V. We were arguing about different stuff, and I was like, "Would you agree that A, B, C are in a said state of events? Like said state of events is in a current state. It's like a dismal kind of fucked thing. And he's like, yes. I was like, but then why aren't we talking about that, coming up with solutions for that? Why are we still arguing about this over here?
Right.
And, you know what I mean, that look on his face where he's like, oh, shit, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm like, so to sit here and argue about what's important, like, I had to write a paper for, I've covered this on the podcast, but for chemistry about the relativity of what's dangerous or a hazard to you. And then, you know, it's, what it really comes down to is it's like, what's under attack is your quality of life at all times, because what you're doing is you're letting other people control what dictates the quality of your life. So a lot of it's out of your hands and some of it's in your hands, but like you're narrowed to a paradigm and like what you can do because you have to play the game of whatever system's in place. So, you know, if you're not good at this Monopoly game, you're kind of fucked.
Right. Yeah. No, it's really I don't like terms like sad because then they're like, oh, here goes the boo-boo press.
So sad.
Here goes the let's suck on the mama teat because we're sad.
Mama's titty.
It's not really like that, folks. It's more like I'm not searching for mama's breast anymore. What I'm actually looking for is a little more concrete evidence, because what I see going on here is if mom and dad are truly at the hands of things and it's an awful risk game gone bad, then forgive me for saying sorry, but someone's lost control of the wheel. Hey kids, would one of you grab the wheel before we fall off the cliff?
Yeah, it's like the new Anchorman movie when he puts on that cruise and walks away from the wheel. It's like, yeah, it's gonna go horrifically
like,
wrong.
Yeah, and it sounds pretentious.
But no,
like,
somebody's at the wheel. Somebody's always at the wheel.
And I don't know. Maybe they do know. Maybe they know better. Maybe they do. Maybe they got it all figured out and they know something we don't know. And I just need to be an obedient little worker bee. I don't know.
Fuck them.
But I just say that in jest because I like to play devil's advocate.
So yeah,
you know?
But like, well, my life is just cannon fodder for some greater good that I can't even be aware
it's
of.
It's unacceptable.
That's bullshit.
My favorite saying of yours, one of which is fuck mediocrity, and because of that, I have been able to grow a pair of balls, if you will, newborn balls, because it's like,
my beef with mediocrity started a long time ago, and it came out like I wrote a line a long time ago for something I was writing. I wrote, life has become nothing more than a sad softcore porn when nothing left to stimulate the mind. And what it was is I had hit like a real fucking gray stagnation. Like going out with my buddies after working wasn't doing it for me anymore.
Right.
Going out every weekend and getting fucking plastered and, you know, working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday with no goal other than to make money and pay bills.
You felt the weight
didn't
of the stone
work for me
carrying
anymore.
You down, as Pink Floyd would say.
Yeah,
the stone was carrying you under the water. You felt the weight of the stone, you know.
I woke up mid-hypnosis kind of thing.
Right.
Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
I'm not going to drown under the
Something
weight of
fell off for a very long time.
Yep.
And I couldn't fucking put my finger on it, and I finally, like, through taking the time and the step back from the work world that I was a part of for so long, and I was able to reevaluate, and school did that for me. And, you know, I'm not advocating everyone go to school. It's just I needed a place to get my head together, and I could get some money from it and take classes, you know what I mean, and just do whatever. I didn't see it as a downside. I mean, I'll forever have an associate in liberal arts, whatever the fuck that's worth. But, hey, I'll have a college fucking degree.
Would
you know what I mean?
Say discipline
sought some higher
term?
Education. What?
Would you say discipline is a fair term? Like,
yeah, it gave me some structure.
Like Joe Rogan likes to do his martial arts thing. Like for him, that's maybe perhaps his discipline. It can come in many formats.
Even though it was limited, there was enough class options where a few of the classes I got to take intellectually stimulated me enough where like it worked out some sort of muscle that I needed to do.
Yes.
Like I really cohesively like
you may have not
made my shit come together finally. Like I took all this stuff I had been going through and I kind of put it together. And I was doing it without realizing it. Like I'd be in the middle of a philosophy class, I'd give my opinion, and it would sound well constructed. And that was the first time that I ever like put it out there like that in a cohesive thing. Because I've never just directly written shit down, because that's like that could be taken the wrong way, or said it to like people in my immediate life because they wouldn't have got it. So you're in a philosophy class and you finally get to just spew it, and you're like, oh wow, that's the honest truth that just came out of me.
And someone agrees with it that has a degree of that nature.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Degree. You're like, oh my god, if the guy with the philosophy degree agrees, and say that 8 times fast, if the guy with the philosophy degree agrees with you, then you're like, holy shit, oh no. I'm right. I don't want to be right. I was hoping I was way off base, man. It would have been easier to be wrong.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
It's everyone has a weird path.
It's
it's
nice
just,
to be wrong. Like, I'm off track. I just need to accept the illusion. But then when I had people with doctorates, telling me like, nope.
No, you're pretty good at this. You're like, what?
Yeah, you're like, wait, no, this can't be right.
No.
I'm just a dumb from Elmira or whatever.
Come on. Really?
Fucking A, man.
You're grading on the curve, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'd like to think. And then you write something like in the likes of Jack Kerouac, as I've mentioned before, and you're like, holy what? No, you're lying to me.
Yep.
Now you're playing a game, but then you're like, no, maybe I really do write well. I don't know.
No, I know I write well.
Yeah, you've accepted that. I have self-loathing, so I'm like, I write okay. I'm working on it.
But no, my writing has its flaws.
But you do.
My writing has its flaws.
I've heard you say that yourself many times.
My biggest thing that I always got to do. I hate to say this because it's gonna make me sound like such a cocksucker, but
right.
I always have to dumb my shit down. I have to smooth my wording out. Because mine will come out, but it'll almost read too textbook sometimes. It'll be disjointed, and I'm leaving a lot of holes open for confusion. Yeah. Like if somebody who knows me reads it, they'll get it. But if you don't really know me, it could be taken completely out of context. So what I have to do is I have to smooth that out, sand it off. Yep. You know what I mean? Refinish it, rework it, kind of round it into this thing that covers my bases.
Can I be a little bit cocky myself?
And that's only if I give a fuck about that class, though. Otherwise, they get that first disjointed, really complex thing. And either the teacher's smart enough to give me an A, or they give me a B, and they're like, yo, work on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
what was really cool is we immediately started bouncing papers off each other, for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
We just were like, okay, this seems like a cool guy.
I liked reading your papers.
Right, exactly. It wasn't for any other reason than this seems like a cool enough person to read my horse shit. And I think you felt the same way.
Well, we were both trying to
find
sense of it. Make something interesting out of dog shit.
Yes,
half the time.
Yeah, in the downtown.
You're polishing
area.
a turd from this class.
You're in
confined
college.
by a shit topic.
Yeah, let's not be rude, but it's community college, and
I didn't list a specific class or assignment.
Nope, neither did I.
But if some of those teachers don't think that some of that shit exists in my mind, you're out of your fucking mind yourself.
And we're okay to say it because we live in a zone where we can say, you know what, some of that was horse shit and we didn't buy it, but some of it was really logical.
Some of it I had a lot of fun
writing.
We
had people that had we're just get back to doctorate saying, yeah, you got it, boys, and we're like, uh-oh. We don't want to be right, because that means a lot of shit's going to hit the fan here real quick, maybe, perhaps, or perhaps maybe not. Perhaps it's an
No, what makes me nervous is I'm the one that's showing promise, and I hardly throw any effort into my college career. I hate to be that guy and admit it, but I'll be honest with you, I don't try that hard. And I still maintain a B+ or A in most of my classes. Yep. And if I don't, it's because I really slacked off.
I'm living
and it's my own goddamn fault.
It really isn't pretentious.
And I accept that. But there's nothing to my life that's depending on grades. I don't give a shit.
Maybe that's part of the trick.
It's
I don't know.
The freedom of it.
Maybe that's why we did good and got good grades. As part of college and getting good grades is not caring too much, because when kids care too much, they crack, and that's when they get bad grades.
And you don't retain anything.
Right. That's what.
How the fuck was I taking those sociology quizzes and getting 85s on them, and I wasn't touching shit for the fucking course?
14-year difference.
That blows my mind. You know what I mean? It scares me.
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
It scares the shit out of me. I never cracked that book once.
Right. Yep.
Ever.
It was very.
Got rid of it the first week.
For me too. Yep.
And I got 85s on all her quizzes and was getting 90s on the papers I turned in.
It was weird.
Oh, that was terrifying, people. Let me tell you. I'd be like, man, I probably bombed this, and I get it back at being 85, and then my, person sitting next to me would be like, fuck you, because he would know that I didn't do shit. Yeah, and he would study and get an 87, and I get an 85, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Douche kind of, I don't know. And then
but I never bragged about it.
To work for the writing center, and I took
Although
it as
I'm on a
honor.
podcast talking about it now.
I know. That's what I'm doing too. I took it as an honor, but it was I don't want to work at the writing center, man. You don't.
No, it's just an honest account of our fucking interactions with that.
I had to be honest with them.
System.
I appreciate it, but no, thank you. It's not for me. I don't want to work in the writing center.
I smell what you're cooking. I'm just not buying, man. It's all good, bro.
I went to school now writing for the paper. That was fun and different because that allowed me to express myself in a new format. Yeah. That I dug, and I'm glad I
got to do it because of you too. So thank you. You allowed me.
Well, you're welcome. You
I got to throw my 2 cents in.
Before I did anyway, and did your own. You had your own thing published once before that, I think, maybe, but
no,
I don't know.
She took my picture and took a quote from me about the holidays because I said I was anti-holidays.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was in the college school paper right before Thanksgiving and Christmas because I walked in and I heard him talking about who's not doing anything, and I walked in, I was like, I don't do any of that shit. I'm not close to my family.
Yeah,
and she's like, really? Like, and I'm like, I'm not into it anyway, consumerism, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So then she made me like give like an actual cohesive quote and took my picture, and I looked like shit that day.
Yep.
Needed a haircut, beard was out of control.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I
that's your best.
I should shut my fucking mouth.
It's fun though. Their cameras are fun. They're like, thanks.
I looked at that photo. I'm like,
thanks, but no thanks.
I know terrible. I hated that photo.
Still wants his photo taken, but I'm really.
I don't give a fuck. Let it rock.
Yeah,
whatever.
You gotta let it rock. Exactly. Acceptance, back to square one. I don't know what hour we are at, but it's a nice. We did talk about acceptance, and it is a big part of all this stuff we talk about.
Yeah. It's called riding it.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that I'm a part of something that isn't always necessarily dictated by my own will. Now, there's a lot that's influenced by my will. Again,
you got some wiggle room there.
Yes. I'm not too much in the hubris of my own. I can't manipulate matter down to its fundamental core. I'm not God. So.
Although,
if I could raise the dead, shit might be a little different. But I can't.
But
yet.
I think you have accepted that through certain actions, you can certainly make some fun, neat things happen that weren't there before. I mean, that's what we do talk about a lot, too. Like, yes, you're not God, but at the same time, like, through certain actions, you can make stuff happen that wasn't going to happen unless you yourself did it. Not to sound too preachy, but that's really the nature of that man creating himself, It's fun.
No, what I want to do is if there's anybody that ever listens to this podcast that's a skilled mentalist, I'd like to maybe have some conversations and be an understudy for a while. That's the devil's work.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are fucking uncanny, and I'd really like to see how one ticks.
Yeah.
I don't even need to do a
Absolutely.
podcast with you or like put your information out publicly. I just want to talk to you and see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Because my curiosity's killing me on how the fuck you can even pull off some of that shit off. You know what I mean? I mean, I can get it. I think I get the train of thought, and that's what scares me. So, like, if I have a propensity or like skill towards that area, that might be good. If I need to, sell some cars or some shit down the road to make a living. Again, I could use stuff ethically without fucking anybody over. It wouldn't hurt nobody.
No way. Is that possible these days?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've been sold a different narrative.
You can be.
I've been watching
You can be
TV, perhaps.
cognitively in control and pretty smart and.
No way.
Yeah.
It's possible?
Yeah, you make decisions and you don't fuck people
over.
over.
There's a bright future for me. I just have to follow a few simple rules.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance for the old dusty bastard.
Yeah. I don't know. People just...
Be easy. That's your saying, man. I stole it.
Yeah, people... Remember what the true meaning of relaxation is, too. Find out how you can just have that moment. You know what I mean. And if you don't, I really feel bad for you. Not to be a dick, but you're probably really tightly wound. If you're like that and you don't know what it means, you're not listening to this podcast. You're fucking being successful heading a corporation, fucking selling your soul to that lifestyle. You're too far gone. I actually don't even want to be on your radar because you could ruin me probably with your money.
Negativity too. It's even uglier
not even that.
thing
Money
almost.
is power.
But if
you have enough
saying,
money, you can do anything in this world, and I mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
scary note.
Scary as fuck. Never piss off a rich dude.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's why I'm a nice guy.
Money's power. Power's money. Back and forth.
I know the name of this is slander, but I don't go for people's names personally and shit.
No,
I'm slandering lifestyles.
I get the joke. It's awesome.
Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I like this. I like the title
La, 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 la,
immediately.
la.
La 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 la. I liked the title immediately because it was like slander. Yeah, I could see where that would leave enough wiggle.
I've probably said this before,
leave enough
but I'll
wiggle
say
room
it.
for you to talk some shit, but not be an asshole. You know what I mean?
I've probably said this before, but I'll say it again. I literally named this podcast as I was getting ready to upload it online. I'm like, oh shit,
yep,
I haven't named it. Because we did it.
Called him on it. I'm like, what are you
we did
call
all the
it?
work on it, and then I had still not come up with a name, and I was like, oh fuck. And then I had to like create all the pages and the YouTube accounts and everything. So
and that's when I said that that's on that hokey. That's on you, bro.
It's on you, brah.
That's on you, bro. I like, yo, that shit's on you, bro.
In a, I don't know, my attempt to tap into a collective unconscious way where I like auto write. I go name, slander, and slander was born.
And I think I actually said, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
I like to say that
It's fucking
sometimes.
perfect.
That's fucking perfect. Right there. That's on the money. That's the cat's ass.
It's the cat's ass.
That's Tits McGee or whatever. That's Tits McGrits, buddy.
Tits McGrits.
Fucking hey, man. That's the cat's ass. That's the shit.
That's lasagna pussy.
That shit's boss. Yo, bro. That shit's boss.
Alright, listen.
That shit's rad, brother.
Listen, we're gonna keep these coming. We're not going nowhere, people.
Skits,
We got
bring
stuff
us fun.
coming up. I've got guests coming. It's not gonna just be
You
me
got
and
guests
him.
coming?
Guests.
How are you gonna pull that off?
Guests. No, we have a guest coming. It's not gonna just mean Brad self-indulgently masturbating in your face every episode. This thing is growing, and it is what it is. But it had been a while, and it felt like it was the right time tonight to do one, and I'm glad we did. I had fun.
Me too.
Regret nothing. Keep an eye on what we're doing. Shows coming up, stuff going on. We'll keep everybody posted.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to collaborating with whoever the fuck comes down the pike.
Mm-hmm.
We're not hating on anybody. We're just here existing. We're getting through the grind just like you. Remember that. And until then, I don't know. Drink a cold beer. If you see me in public, I could always use one.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not like Old Milwaukee's Beast or some shit, you savage.